We did. I got a lot done today. A lot of cleanup, got the hoses out, turned them on, turned the faucets on so the pipes won't burst now that it's nice and warm out. Got my construction equipment today. Got a whole bunch of stuff done today. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about is we're 3 days. I know, look at my cuts on my hands. I've been working with chicken wire. We're 3 days out from the Sista Circle through Jaw Healing. Make sure you check them out online at jawhealing.com, or you can DM Jaw Healing on Instagram and sign up, RSVP for my presentation. I'm going to be talking about gardening and self-sufficiency. We're going to talk about taking stock of what you already have in your yard. You might not even know what you've got available in your yard until you do the research and you do some searching. Also, we're going to talk about permaculture and how to accomplish something like that in your yard. We're going to talk about food forests. It's a lot of fun stuff. We're going to talk about my greenhouse. We're going to talk about how to build a greenhouse and what you might need in a greenhouse. And you know, it all depends on where you're located. I have a couple cold frames. I had a hoop house. I had a big giant, I call this the cube, giant cold frame here. And then I also have shown you my greenhouse. My greenhouse was a major endeavor, but mine's a lot bigger than most people would probably ever need. I just went all out on mine, I guess. So we're going to talk about Greenhouse 101, what you need to know and what you need. What else are we going to talk about? Oh, adding chicks to the mix. In a lot of locations, you may not even know that you're allowed to have chickens. Make sure you check your bylaws. But there'll be probably a number of chickens you're allowed to have, and how far away from your neighbor's property. You're probably not going to be able to have a rooster if you live in the suburbs. If you live in agricultural rural land, you have way less restrictions in that sense, and you can have a bunch of chickens, you can have a lot of roosters, you can do whatever you want. But if you're in the burbs, there are still options available for you to be able to do that. Also, I know a lot of people are getting quail. Shoot, I know some people that have goats, and that's still in our bylaws. Believe it or not, it's still in our bylaws here in Niagara Falls. I'm not getting goats. They will eat all of my stuff. I'm not getting goats, but that sure would be cool. So there's a lot of options that maybe you haven't even thought of. Chickens may seem like a lot of work to try and take care of, and I'm just starting on this journey, so I will share that with you. And they also can do a lot of work for you if you do it right. If you focus them on what you need done, they can actually do a lot of work for you that you might not have even known you could do. They can manure, they can do a lot of things. We'll talk about that on Saturday. And then I'm going to talk about, like, now you've grown it. Say you grow a whole big food forest and you change everything. You pull your grass and you start growing some edible herbs and things like that, ground covers and whatnot, things that actually are producing and helping you. So anything edible or medicinal, that's what I'm focusing on, or something that produces a lot of biomass that I can use for composting or for mulching. So things, you want to just change your focus a bit, and you might be able to accomplish a lot that you might not have even realized you could on your property. I live in the suburbs, and I made a lot of changes, and I know in the past people have looked at me probably like I'm a little bit crazy, but that's okay, because everybody I see is coming around. Everyone's starting to do the same things I was doing 10 years ago. So it's encouraging to see. I wish everyone was a little bit further ahead, and I wish that they were able to grow their own food and be more self-sufficient. So self-sufficiency is a really big topic, not just in the universe right now, but it's I think it's a very important topic we really need to get serious about, because we've had shutdown, massive lockdowns, and food shortages and issues in that way. And if we're able to, take some of the stress off of ourselves and grow our own food and be able to grow more healthy food. I don't know what's on that stuff at the grocery store. Just saying, like, if we don't start doing something different than our parents did and the other generation before that, we're never going to get any change. We're never going to have some progression. We need to progress. We need to make a lot of changes. I think this past year people have really taken stock of what's going on. I would hope they did. And taking stock of their own selves and what it is that they can do to maybe reduce their carbon footprint. That's a good one, but I mean, that hasn't been at the top of everyone's list this year. Survival has. So we're going to talk about gardening, and not only is it a great hobby, but it's fantastic to be able to provide your family with food. I know that I feel a lot more secure in the research that I've done and the practical application knowledge that I've got in here. Even if the internet went down, I would still have practical knowledge. And I think it's something everyone needs to practice. We also need to pass that on to our kids. So I hope that everyone's taking it a little bit more seriously now, and that they really just try and make an effort to, grow some of your own food. That's a good place to start. Just some of it. Some of your own natural medicines. It's a really good place to start. So I hope that you guys tune in on Saturday. I know there's a lot of you out there that are interested in this, and I hope that somehow, some way you've seen this video. This video gets to you before Saturday. So it's Saturday, April 10th. It'll be at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it'll probably be, I don't know, it's usually about an hour or so. And you have to RSVP. Make sure you RSVP, DM Jaw Healing on Instagram, or get to the website at jawhealing.com and get yourself a spot. I hope to see you there on Saturday, and we'll have a good little chat, and I can show you, give you some tips and tricks, at least to get things going. This is going to be kind of like a 101 courses, Greenhouse 101, Permaculture 101. There's so much to talk about. There's no way you could get through all of it. But I do hope that you guys leave with some real good gems, and that you can actually apply something and get started in a real practical fashion. So that being said, get out there, RSVP. I hope I see you guys 3 more days. I'm excited. Woohoo! See you then. Bye.